Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome back to Reality Water Cooler. I am Sarah from Texas, live from my bed. I've gotten all comfortable. You know how sometimes you can get comfortable in your bed and sometimes you can't? I am comfortable, ready to chat celebrity news, reality TV, Jeff Lewis Live, all the things. Oh my gosh. Thank y'all so much. Y'all have been checking on me. It's really hard for some reason for me to even imagine watching TV. I just don't think I can focus, probably the pain medication. So I have been trying to inch through a couple of DMs over the long weekend, but for the most part, I've been sleeping and resting and every 4 hours taking medicine and eating and, all the things. So I am doing really well. Thank you so much for checking on me. I am ready for the distraction that is Shannon Beador, Jeff Lewis Live, P. Diddy, all the things you want to chat about. So if you're used to watching me on TikTok, I guess TikTok didn't like me using the term OnlyFans the other day. I swear to you, they're so particular over there. But anyway, so I think they've banned me from going live unless it said it was something like a sales live. I'm like, whatever that is. So anyways, I think I'm banned till like the 21st. So actually, that's not very long. I guess that would be like a week. Or yeah, 6 days they banned me. So anyways, as always, if anybody wants to come on live and join me, just copy and paste that StreamYard link. I would love to chat with y'all more than ever. We are definitely going to chat Love Hotel, Jeff Lewis Live. Okay, first of all, I did finally listen to Friday's Jeff Lewis Live. Oh my gosh. Okay, he had called in before, but the caller that I guess owns or manages this body shop for, fancy cars in Beverly Hills called in again, and he wanted to let us know that he had run into Joey Zalzig at, I think, the Beverly Hills Hotel. We chatted about this last night on the Royal Chumpette subscribe or Instagram live, but I wanted to chat about it with y'all too to see what you think. Okay. He's saying that Joey was making out with an older guy. And then, of course, Jeff and all them were like, well, define older. And he's like, like 50, 55. And I'm like, okay, Jeff's going to not think that's that old. And y'all aren't in comments. Can y'all see me? I just realized nobody's really commenting. Oh, it seems like it's locked up or something. Is it there? Hello? Give me a thumbs up. Anybody? What is going on? I just realized we're 3 minutes into it. Nobody's made a new comment, which is extremely rare. Extremely rare. Y'all there? Let me make sure everybody's there. Make sure my technology is technologying. I can't even type a comment. What the heck is going on? I'll have to see what's going on. I can't figure it out. Oh gosh. Am I live? It says in stream. So I started 3.5 minutes ago. I'm not muted. What is going on? Of course, I would have a technology issue today, right? I feel like if y'all aren't typing in comments, it says 93 people are on, but I don't see anyone typing in comments. Is it not letting people type in comments for some reason? That's going to be super annoying. It let Michael and Dee and Annie type before, but now it's not letting us type in comments. Let me figure out what's going on. Yeah, everything should be normal. Private chat. I don't know what that is. Okay, 2 new okay, now they're all coming through. No issues. Oh my gosh, it was not showing. Okay, sorry. Now I see all the comments. Sorry. I started thinking it wasn't working. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Anyways, it literally wasn't showing me any of the comments since Annie's last one at the very beginning. Anyways, if you are brand new, welcome, welcome, welcome. We love to hear what you have to say, any questions you have. I will be live from my bed for however long. I don't see me walking up the stairs anytime soon, but I must say this is pretty comfy. So I'm kind of loving it. Yes, thank you, Cecile, for reminding people to hit the thumbs up button. I would very much appreciate that. Oh gosh. Okay, now that I know y'all are there. Oh, you're so sweet. Lisa says your bedside manner is so charming. Our leader's going to be up and at 'em before you know it. I mean, it is a little bit of an ordeal to go to the bathroom, but other than that, I'm doing really, really well. So, anyways, okay, now I want to read what y'all said. Right? No, it was only showing me the first 3 comments. It showed me one from D, one from Michael Riley, and one from Annie. And then they all stopped at 3. And then I usually have a sliding bar to go down, and it wasn't showing me those at all. And I thought, you know what? If y'all aren't commenting, then something's wrong. So, anyways, I see them all now. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, I was just seeing if I missed anything. Oh, Randy says, made it to alive. Have a blessed day. Speedy recovery. Glad you're on the other side of the first surgery. Thank you so much. It's doing so good. I missed y'all Friday. Trust me, I'd have much rather been on with y'all than at surgery. Okay. Joey, I want to hear your thoughts. What do you think? So someone put in the Facebook group, oh, don't worry about Joey. Let him do his thing and, whatever. And I'm like, well, if we didn't worry about not worry, maybe that's not the word, worry, if we didn't bother, if we didn't care. But that's kind of the point of reality TV and radio TV is radio-ish, is to care about the people that come on, right? So I want to care that Joey allegedly had his hands down some guy's pants at the Beverly Hotel. You know what I mean? Yeah. Uh-oh, D says Joey is a dirty bird, not very attractive behavior in public. He's not 15. I'm like, so this guy calls in and says, that he basically let him know that because Jeff, I think, said something like, well, maybe he didn't know anyone could see him. And the guy, I'm gonna call him body shop dude. The body shop guy was like, no, I said I'm a chump. And, it seemed like they exchanged phone numbers. I don't know if it was a DM because some people will say I've texted him meaning a DM, but either way, Joey knew, I'm assuming, that his hands were down a guy's pants at a very public, very nice hotel bar. And this chump had recognized him. And then I guess he goes outside and Joey was again making out with the guy again and had his hands down his pants. So this person on the Facebook group said something like, oh, just let him be. And I'm like, well, yeah, he can do whatever he wants. We also need to talk about Fortune Feimster announcing that her mom has a very aggressive cancer. Somebody wondered if she would be on Jeff Lewis Live this week. Well, I'm like, well, I'm assuming she's known this news for a while and will still make the decision to stay on, but and come on Jeff Lewis Live. And I think she leaves for a tour very soon. So anyways. Oh, I don't think I'm ready for Depends. I don't know if I could do that, but I might have to. Oh, Nick James says, I mean, I feel like it's not good for his brand, but I can be that girl too. Yeah, but I think things don't things have to adjust if you're famous and if you're an influencer and, maybe your brand isn't exactly sticking your hands down guys' pants in public. Like, I just think that's a little bit different. I don't think the Beverly Hills Hotel's gay bar. Matter of fact, it's very family friendly. Now, let's see. If I listened to this show on Friday, I'm assuming it was the Thursday episode. So, Thursday night at a bar is still busy, but I don't know that you get to. Welcome, Cheryl. She's finally getting to join a live. Is this your first one? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, wait, what? Wait, what? Lisa says, I'm definitely a born-again virgin. Oh my gosh. Okay, you're not wrong. Annie has a good point. Annie says that's what makes Joey so endearing is because he thinks he's 15. I mean, I think Joey lived a very different life. He's talked about his acne. He's talked about his being overweight at 15, not necessarily 15, but as a younger kid. So I think he's definitely living the life now that he feels more confident and attractive, and all the things in his career are going forward like he wants. So I'm excited for that. I do think having your hands down a guy's pants in a public hotel is not as endearing. I think it's a little alarming, and I don't think it's the kind of people that Jeff necessarily wants to hang out with. Are we welcoming back Kimberly? Hey, it's been a while. Matter of fact, where is Krista? Has Krista been on in a while? I feel like we lost Krista. Hope not. Anyways. Oh gosh. Well, endearing doesn't necessarily have anything to do with intelligence, does it? Michael Riley says, why do we think Joey's endearing? He's as dumb as a box of rocks. I mean, I'm assuming he was drunk. That's a good thing. I'm assuming he was drunk, Louise says. Yeah. Okay, thank you. Okay, let's chat. Oh, and that guy was the body shop dude was kind of cheeseball himself because he was like, well, I'm with the Umansky sisters. Like, dude, we know you're just trying to yell that out on the radio. Then all he seems to want is a yell out, a call out, a shout out for his radio show. And I'm like, I get it. You know what I mean? Oh no. Oh my gosh, Katrina, that is awful. I'm so sorry. Katrina says, prayers for my little hometown of Somerset, Kentucky. We were devastated by tornadoes Friday night. I had a friend who was killed. I'm so sorry. That's just awful. I know that, well, where's St. Louis, Missouri? Because St. St. was hit by tornadoes, and I didn't think maybe it was the same storm. St. Louis, because Andy Cohen talked about it on today's show. St. Louis, Missouri. I have no idea. Okay, where is Kentucky? Where is Kentucky? Okay. Oh, it's very near. So it probably was the same line of storms. Oh my gosh, that's just awful. Okay. Love Hotel. Am I the only one that has noticed no one's talking about this? This is Shannon Beador in one of her confessionals from Love Hotel. Do you see this square in her boob? The other one seems to have a deformity also. Now, they have said they have hair and makeup at Love Hotel. So why are the boobs boobing this way? Like, I don't understand this. Why would hair and makeup not tell her? Why would one of the other three housewives not tell her? Why would producers not tell her? Like, what are we doing here? If you're listening as a podcast and you don't go to YouTube to watch the picture is up in my Facebook group, Sarah from Texas also. But it's very noticeable. And I'm just curious why nobody's telling her. It's the craziest thing. Craziest thing. Yeah, the weather is out of control. So true. And hurricane season starts in what, June-ish? I don't think it'd be our mic pack. Those are almost always in the back. Nobody in TV is going to put a mic pack on your boobs like that. Like, that looks awful. Watch some. Oh, I love that. Lisa in Kentucky says, I watched some Sarah Fraser on TikTok talking about sister wives and the TikTok detective talking all about Diddy. Thank you, Katrina. I'm really, really sorry. And that's just terrible about your friend and everyone else that might have been injured or hurt. Jordy says, I feel bad for anyone getting involved with Joey. He's a bloodsucker, either energy and emotions or money. He'll suck them dry. Money? I don't know. No. Raquel, good question. Have all of Shannon Beador's daughters graduated college? Only one of them have. So the second set of daughters are a set of twin girls. So they are, so the one, gosh, I want to say the one graduated from USC. And then the other two that went away went to NYU. I hope I'm right in this. Also, I'm on pain medicine, so give me a little grace. And then the other one went to the same college that Kelly, not Benzamon, Kelly Dodd's daughter went to, the American College of Paris or whatever. And I think they generally go there for a year or two and then figure out where they're going to go. So I'm not really sure. Yes. Kim says that's where Angela from 90 Day Fiance used to keep her cigarettes on her boobs. And I get it. But Angela Deem is no Shannon Beador. Shannon Beador, I just can't believe she doesn't know that her boobs look weird like that. You know what I mean? Oh, Michael Riley says, you know what? I'm gonna try to, it tires my arm out. I think I'm so tired from not moving. Michael Riley says, Joey is straight up a gold digger. He should go to the Kelly and Rick Leventhal School of Gold Digging. Oh my gosh. Who told me that Rick Leventhal has gout? That is very painful from what I've heard. Remember when I hurt my toe a few weeks ago walking, I wondered if it was gout because it came on so quickly and was so painful. Josh Dumel and Minka Kelly, is that his wife? I don't know who this wife is. Have a very interesting tornado shelter scene. Hello from beautiful South Iowa, TD. I love that. Raquel says it was weird that Shayna was talking about spending all the money on her European vacation. That was a lot of money. And then the fact that she didn't know the ins and outs of getting your tax money back. Now, trust me, I've only been to Italy. And then years ago, in 97, I ran the London Marathon. So I went to London for that. But I wasn't buying anything in 1997 that I was going to get my tax money back. And frankly, I don't think we bought enough in Italy a couple of years ago when we went. So I don't know all those ins and outs, but I have always heard, and I have friends that I could ask, and Shannon Beador definitely has way more rich friends than I do that she could have asked and found out, or a quick chat GPT to find out how to get her tax money back. I guess what she was saying on Jeff Lewis Live is that she had already packed some of the stuff, so she didn't have all of it out. And they were telling her, since she couldn't show one of the dresses because she had given it to her daughter or something, that she needed to show all the stuff. And then Vicky Gunvalson was on with her saying, no, next time all you got to do is mail all that in. Even Doug knew. Just mail it all in. It was kind of weird that she didn't know all that. Oh gosh. Teresa says Kim Zolciak has been hooking and allegedly hooked an old man. Maybe Joey needs to follow her. I thought she showed who she was dating. I thought she showed who she was dating somewhat recently, and he wasn't an old guy. I thought he was kind of young and maybe 35, 40. Am I wrong? I don't know. Uh-oh. Michael Riley says Kelly and Rick were both unhinged today. Boy, did they show their ass today. Oh my gosh. Yes, Louise says Angela Dean kept her cell phone in her boobs too. Wait, what? Jordy says Kelly Dodd had a meltdown today over some TikToker calling her out for some drunken antics on a plane. Oh, somebody did text me about something about a plane story, but I didn't know if anyone had sent it to me yet. And honestly, I haven't checked my Instagram DMs yet. So that's where most people send me my stuff. I don't know. Yes. I haven't, and I cannot wait. Is it good? Jen Helen says, have you watched Secret Lives of Mormon Wives season 2 yet? It's all out on Hulu. It came out on Friday, the day of my surgery. I haven't even watched one. Honestly, I'm sleeping so much. And then when I'm awake, I'm talking to my family or eating. So anyways, oh yeah. Dee says, oh yeah, back in the day, going out, bra would carry your keys, your cigarettes, your lighter, your money. I cannot wait to watch it. Oh, Michael Riley, you're going to get called out again. You know they love to call you out. Sorry, I've got the hiccups. Michael Riley says, I threw up a ton of comments on Kelly's site today. I was so intense with their bad behavior. Okay, what's the plane story? Somebody come on and tell me. Oh, wow. Heather says, Kelly and Rick announced today, every day, that they will no longer talk politics. Then they aggressively talk politics. Jordy, Kelly Dodd needs to stop popping pills and booze on planes and tell everyone they're woke on a flight to San Francisco, FFS. Oh, you're not going to watch it? I liked it. Michael Riley says, one season of Mormon Wives was enough for me. I don't know. Oh, I love that. Thank you for I'll let her know. Lisa Lewis says, I love Sarah Fraser's energy. She was fun and lovable like you, Sarah XO. I love that. I know, that was interesting. Raquel says, and Shannon Beador said that she wants to buy a house with her daughters. And Vicky was like, why? They will move out and get married. Yeah. It was interesting. I guess, Vicky's very financially together, or at least she tells us that she is. I don't have any proof of that. And, she's knows, look, Shannon just turned 61 years old. Like, she should own a house. She should be not buying all this expensive designer stuff and put down a payment on a house or a condo or something. Something to put her in a situation where, Jeff even said, so I've got my water, I've got my Gatorade here. I usually don't love a Gatorade. I like a Gatorade, but this is the 80 calorie one. I guess it's a little bit lower. Anyways, I wanted the flavor of it. Oh, I love that. Charlie says, here's my favorite stream her, Sarah from Texas. Aren't you just in with the puns today? But yeah, I feel like that too. And especially, it wasn't all that long ago that Shannon had to borrow money for her lower neck lift or whatever it was, and then also money to pay for her daughter's college from her boyfriend. So, that tells me you don't have money just available in the bank. You know what I mean? Yeah. Oh, Louise says, I'm glad you did that, and I bet they delete your comments. T equals Rick or Kelly have deleted every negative comment I ever left. I can't stand her especially. Wow. Thank you, Charlie Charles. Hit those thumbs up and give Sarah a leg up. Oh my God. Dude, or Chumpette, boy or girl, or they. Aren't you full of puns today? Kelly picked a fight on a plane, but what was it about? Like, does anyone have video? Why did nobody video her? We need somebody to video that stuff. Lisa Lewis says, Sister Wives was off the charts last night. Cody was digging his son's grave. Oh, Cody digging his son's grave. The whole show was emotional. Oh my gosh, I cannot even imagine. Just a parent's absolute worst nightmare. The old man is on his last leg, allegedly. Kim, I'm sure she is draining him. So is she really dating an old guy? Kim says, I'm convinced Kim D, Kelly Dodd, KD, has woke derangement syndrome. She went off today. Oh my gosh. What'd she go off about? Nothing's even going on. If anything, the only news I heard was about the former president having an aggressive form of cancer, prostate cancer. So I didn't even hear anything about whatever she would be complaining about. I don't know. Wait, what? Annie says, remember when Kelly picked a fight at the bar and the bar was throwing ice cakes at everybody? What's an ice cake? I don't even know what that is. Bye, Christina. See you later. Raquel says, I just don't understand Kelly's anger towards negative comments about her and Rick. She does realize she made her life public. Yeah, exactly. Oh, PJ sent the video to me. Okay, thank you so much. So there is a video. Now I sort of want to find it. I find it so hard to search Instagram messages though. Like it's so, what's your PJ, if you don't mind, tell me what your I'll see if I can show the video as we're on live real quick. PJ, because I don't know what your Instagram name is. I can't think of it right now anyways. Oh gosh. Okay. Anyway, wait, what? Are you allowed? Is Xanax? I guess it's a prescription, right? Are you allowed? Is that legal? Jordy says, Kelly out here taking Xanax and booze, flying coach middle seat, sandwiched between a couple, calling them woke. Well, yeah, why did she not pay if they're so wealthy? Why did she not pay for an aisle seat or a seat? Was she by herself or something? She's always talked about being afraid of flying and being uncomfortable. So I guess that's no secret there. But I thought they had enough money to buy them a first class seat so she didn't have to sit with anyone. Joetta says Kelly was being Kelly, and then Rick chimes in, babbling more nonsense. They are overgrown children. Well, lots of you don't like Kelly and Rick, and lots of you do. So feel free. This is a place where we can chat through everything. Oh, Cheryl says I couldn't even get through one season of Mormon Wives. I mean, it definitely had its moments, but I'm liking it. Well, I haven't tried season 2 yet, but I will. Wait, what? May Boo says, been to see musical Mean Girls today with my 14-year-old daughter at the Savoy Theater in London. Was really great. Oh, that's awesome. I saw it here in Houston a few months ago. It wasn't that great, but I don't love that movie. And I know it sounds dumb, but it's about mean girls. I mean, so I'm like, why are we doing a movie about mean girls? Anyways, and for the girl that allegedly comes around, well, she doesn't really. She only comes around because they post the mean booklet about her, the scrapbook about her. Anyways, so was she flying alone? Joetta says Kelly repeatedly saying bro, and Rick with his red face and goofball eyes. Oh my gosh. Yeah, but I would think she would. We talked about this recently too. Mayboo says perhaps Shannon's riding on an inheritance in the future. She is an only child. Her mom and dad are definitely still both alive. Her dad, I'm assuming, has money, but I don't know. He's in his 90s. So, oh, Jordy says, well, if you look at the comments on today's Daily Smash, they're really terrible. Like people are flaming them for this one. Wow. Louise says, I love the fact that Kelly and Rick can't get to 50,000 subscribers on YouTube for years. You know that drives them nuts. Rick keeps telling people they won't talk politics, and Kelly does every episode. What show has gay husbands? I don't know. I mean, allegedly or out alleged, like a lavender husband? Thank you. There's Christo. I was just saying, if you're still here, did you change your profile picture? It's a beautiful eye with a cross in it. It's actually very beautiful. Hit the like, family. Thank you. Yes. Okay. Let's chat Love Hotel. Definitely want to hear your thoughts on that. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind, but if I didn't like flying at all, I would definitely buy 2 seats. That way I could have an empty seat next to me and I could sit wherever I wanted. But I thought Southwest was the only seat that you don't get to pick your seat. So why would she have bought a seat in between? And now at the end of the month, even Southwest is going to where you have to buy a specific seat. I didn't realize any other airline, you just had to sit wherever you had to sit. I thought everyone picked their own seat. I mean, y'all know I'm a Southwest girl myself. Okay, Sandy says she was by herself. The couple next to her were going to visit their daughter at UC Berkeley, AAK Berkeley. She made fun of the daughter being brainwashed at college. Oh, that's awful. I mean, anyone can choose whatever college they want, and she may not have even chosen it for any of the reasons that she thinks she did. Interesting. Interesting. Um, do you think they make that much money? Brian says Shannon's also making close to $1 million on the show. I hope she is saving for retirement. What do you think she makes $1 million on OC? How much do you think Love Hotel paid? I feel like Bravo and Cocktails put out a number recently, but I don't know if I saw it. It might have been only put out for the people that pay for their extra thing. I don't know. Yeah, I guess they were by themselves. Sorry, I'm reading up on all y'all's comments. Well, I mean, drama is, Mayboo says, the thing is, I think neither Rick or Kelly give a damn. They love drama, which at their ages baffles me. But that's exactly what game they're in. They're in the social media game. They're in the reality podcast game. They know that drama brings them. They know the negative comments are good comments. What do they call it? All drama is good drama, or whatever that phrase is, promotion, publicity. All publicity is good publicity. Jordy says, I literally have no money, not even a tenth of what Kelly has, and I always pay extra for a seat selection and never sit in the middle. So they do though. Trust me. She has a lot of fans. Shoe and Makeup Girl says nobody likes Rick and Kelly. I still don't understand how they're friends with Jeff Lewis. I mean, $1 million isn't a lot. I mean, she is paying. Didn't Jeff say she's paying over $12,000 a month in rent? 12,000, that's $144,000 a year just in rent. That's not, her car insurance, her clothes, traveling, hair and makeup, all the things. If she was at least putting it towards, Lisa says if Shannon was at least putting that towards a house or a condo, I think Vicky would feel much better about it. Also, Vicky and Shannon become very close. So with traveling and everything, she probably sees, what clothes Shannon has and brands and things like that. She probably, maybe Shannon complains to her about money. So she might even know more than we do. Lisa says, Michael Riley said that the Mormon wives' husbands are gay is why they didn't care if they had sex or not till they were married. That's what he said. But they also get married very young, so they can do it, right? I did see a TikTok of a guy talking about the one that just had their third or fourth baby. Gosh, what's her name? I'm gonna forget her name because she's not really my favorite. Yes, Michael Riley says that's what I used to say when I was on television. As long as they were talking, I didn't care. Annie says, because once they stop talking about you, it's all downhill. Annie says, I used to love watching the Daily Smash, but the past couple of months, it's been almost difficult to get through. Yeah, I think a lot of people have told me that too. Cheryl says she's been on the OC for 11 seasons, so I believe she's probably making around 1 million. Yeah, it's a lot. Yes, Annie says they're so negative, Kelly and Rick, that I find it's negative and they bash other people. I find it so mean. Oh my God. Kelly says, Kim, they also disparaged the girls who went to Berkeley as being tree huggers who hit every branch on their way, falling out of the trees, insinuating that they were fugly. I mean, she's something else. Kay Kitty says these housewives blow through and waste so much money. It's their own doing. I don't feel sorry for them. No, I don't either. It's just like athletes that come out, it's like you're a grown ass, an adult. The only people I feel sorry for sort of is people that become like, famous actors, musicians at like 12, 13, 14 years old. And maybe their mom was managing them and kind of take advantage of all that. You know what I mean? So And then they don't get all their money that they were supposed to have. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, y'all are commenting like crazy today. I love it. Oh, wow, that's a lot. Annie says, according to another podcast, Shannon made $225,000 on Love Hotel. Okay, that's a lot of money. And I feel like, is that around the same amount of money it came out that they made for Ultimate Girls Trip? So Ultimate Girls Trip was 8 days of, hi, Looney. It was 8 days. And I don't know if they're ever going to do another Ultimate Girls Trip again. I don't know. Wish they would. Makes me sad. It's a lot of money, though. Yeah, I would assume it was favored nations where everyone gets the same price. I hope she does pay her own taxes. I would assume that's a thing that they do. Oh, Krista's giving you love. She says, love you, Luna Bug. Okay. Love Hotel, episode 4. Then we're going to chat today's Jeff Lewis Live. Shannon's bra, we already talked about. Earl the Pearl. He's not for Shannon. He doesn't have the money, the lifestyle, the manners, if you will. He's not going to dress and go to the places and travel like she wants to do. This other guy she goes on a date with, what was his name? I do think he could be a contender, but then he doesn't even go for it. He doesn't even go for it with the kiss. So it's like, no, I thought he was sweet, but I thought it was interesting that the ladies were completely taken up for Shannon to about the crying, basically saying, no. When I looked over and saw Shannon crying, we realized enough was enough. And I'm like, okay, I don't think y'all realize that she was mean to him. She gave some dirty looks. She was saying some mean stuff. I mean, I felt like she was wrong on all of that. I don't feel like he was. You know what I mean? Yeah. Me too. Teresa says, Shannon was mean to Earl at the table. I feel like I'm the only one seeing that. No, I'm seeing that too. But yet, Ashley and Giselle, sorry, I have the hiccups, in particular, were taking up for her as if Earl did something wrong. I'm like, just because she cried and ran away and called him whatever fucker or whatever she called him, doesn't mean he was the one wrong. Yeah, Sherry says Shannon cries at the drop of a hat, so it's not that hard to make her cry. Cecile says that too. Yeah, forget Earl. Mayboo says Shannon and the drunk driving reminds me of the UK presenter we had who cheated on his wife with a man. And instead of everyone saying it's bad, everyone said, he's so brave to come out. No, he's a cheater. Yeah, exactly. Cheating, like divorce his wife and then come out. And then you can say that. But, thank you, Krista. I will rest. Thank you. I'll be resting right after this. Yeah, Teresa says, I feel like Earl shouldn't have apologized. Yeah, and I mean, it's like Cecile says she sounded like a snot. Who doesn't eat vegetables? Yes, that's where it was. Thank you, LTD. I was thinking, I thought she talked to Andy Cohen. I'm like, but Andy Cohen's not it was the Watch What Happens Live I watched last night with Ashley and who the other girl was from Atlanta. I don't know her. LTD said Ashley on Watch What Happens Live stuck up for Shannon again, even after seeing the episode. Yeah, but even Andy Cohen said, well, I felt like she was a little mean to him. And I'm like, yeah, she was. Lisa says, when I saw Sonia Morgan on the after show, Watch What Happens Live, I thought she looked awfully worn out. Sonia is worn out. Now we've seen video, I guess, of her getting hauled away in an ambulance at a different restaurant. So crazy. I didn't watch it all, but I saw the video clip on Tracy said, did you see Pepper on Cooking Kibitz? I don't watch that show because when I get on, the lovers go crazy, and I'm not willing to bring drama to Doug's Cooking Kibitz because the lovers won't be decent human beings. Pepper stole Cooking Kibitz, somebody said. Krista says. Cecile, oh, Shannon Beador would give the eye to your husband then. Cecile says my husband doesn't eat vegetables. You know what? That's very interesting you say that. Michael Riley says, I don't think it was cool that Jeff and Monroe didn't make an appearance. I'm sure that's intentional to drive up the views. I feel like a couple of times he said that he would be there and then he's not shown up. And 3 times as many tune in to see Jeff. I mean, we all love Doug, but when Doug says Jeff and Shane are going to be on, and Monroe, because he has shown Monroe on there before, for sure. I did notice that whenever he said that he didn't come on. What else? Okay. Okay, do you think it's okay for Ashley to have kissed Wale and now I'm going to forget his name again. Not Rich. I always forget his name. The one that they all liked. Anyways, I think it was fine. I mean, that Wale guy was kind of overreacting, like, made out for 5 hours. And she's like, we didn't make out for 5 hours. Like, we kissed and that was it. Like, they're on a show called Love Hotel. The whole point is for these ladies to go and date as many of them or all of them as she wants. Yeah, and it was a kiss. It was a very respectful kiss also, I felt like. You know what I mean? Yes. Mayboo says, did I hear it right? Is Jeff coming to the UK? So apparently he's coming to London in June, which he's already said he'll be in New York City for the first week of June. He gave out those dates recently, but he's also going to be in London at some point for part 1 or 2. I guess Tracy Tudor is hosting a birthday party in London, her 50th birthday party. And I guess there's 2 segments of it, like one for the really close friends and then one kind of on the peripheral. I don't know which one Jeff is. The close friends are on the peripheral, but yeah, it's a dating show. They can kiss whoever they want. But what did that say about social media? Jordy says, just wait till Monroe gets her own social media. She'll be exposing all of Jeff's and Gage's warts on her TikTok lives. Oh my gosh. It makes me think of during the pandemic when Kourtney Kardashian's kid, what's the boy's name? What's his name? Not Morgan, whatever the boy's name is, their oldest. And he was coming on and saying stuff. That was crazy. Oh, Kimberly J says, I'm in a meeting, just popping in to say hey to my lovely YouTube live crew. Hey, Kimberly J. Thank you. So good to see you. Sonia lives in West Palm Beach. There's a huge difference between Palm Beach and West Palm Beach. Yes, money-wise, stigma, all the things. Mason, thank you, Katie. Mason is his name. Luann covered the camera in the preview. Wait, of what? Does she kiss somebody in the preview? Y'all know I always stop and don't watch the previews. Luann covered the camera in the preview. She is such a sexual being. Love that about Lou. Yeah. Get her stuff on. By the way, on Andy Cohen Live today was a Tinks interview, and Tinks's whole thing, she's coming twice a week now. Now she'll be on Andy Cohen Live now she'll be on Radio Andy Mondays and Wednesdays with her Tinks show, her advice show, and she wants everybody to have safe, what does she call it? Safe consensual sex or whatever she's called it. Anyways, and she wants more women to do that. Oh yeah, I'm sure they're both very fancy, but I think one is fancier than the other. Krista says both West Palm and Palm Beach are both still a thing. Oh yeah, I remember the pirate for sure. Oh, I hope she does. You think she really has something with Jason? I really don't think she does. I don't know. Maybe she does. I don't know. Annie says, well, Shannon, how many people have had a facelift and boob jobs? Not eating vegetables seems very slight. Michael Riley's not a Tinks fan. I mean, it's not my jam either. I listened to for a while. You know what? I do have some of her $80 sweatpants that say Rich Mom on them because that's her little brand. I don't even know that she talks about being a rich mom anymore. That was her whole thing before I even heard about her on Jeff Lewis Live, was that I guess she became famous on TikTok doing videos about, rich soccer moms or rich moms in, New York City, rich moms in San Francisco, all these different whatever. So thank you, Kimberly. Did you give me a $10 sticker? Oh, thank you so much, Kelly from Canada, Kelly Sandiford. Thank you. I don't know how to thank you for that. I can only do it voice way. Oh, there it is. Charlie Charles says Arby Darby kissing for hours is like Eskimo rubbing noses compared to what she's known to do with her soon-to-be ex-husband. Yeah, the fact that the one guy mentioned that he was in a threesome with like a throuple relationship, one of the guys, and she's like, yeah, I'm turned off by that. Like, been there, done that with my ex-husband. And I'm like, really? Like, you couldn't have gone on a date with him though? Okay, let's chat today's Jeff Lewis. He had Molly Sims and Kristen Takeman on the first hour. The second hour was comedians Kevin Sullivan and Sarah Colonna. I didn't even take a lot of notes. I'm, just kind of listening, because I'm obviously a little more tired on the pain medicine that I'm on. They did bring up at the very beginning, though, the whole Joey thing. Apparently, he texted Molly and invited her to go to a different brand of skincare party. And I'm like, does he even, is he trying to get in good with her? Because I don't think if I owned a skincare company and I had just had this big launch, and then in 2 days, I'm about to have this other big launch, I think saying that she's coming to Sephora, because I think Jeff already mentioned that, even though he wasn't supposed to. I don't think that would put him in good graces with her, though, right? It was interesting. I feel like Jeff said something about it because they don't love that. I don't know. I thought it was interesting. What did y'all think of the show? Is Tinks a mom? No, she's not married, never has been that I'm aware of. And I think she wants kids. But I haven't listened to her in a long time. Hey, y'all, Anna. Dodd, explain. Do you really believe that? I don't think anyone could be a hoe unless you're too immature to deal with the repercussions of that, which I mean, way younger than 18, 18 and younger, really. I don't think even 25 and younger. But anyways, I don't think she's a hoe. Anyways. Kimberly J says, Tinks, I think she's lovely. I had to admit, I think I've aged out of her stuff, which didn't make me happy. Yeah, I think that's what it is for me. I mean, I'm 52. I'm not dating. It's just, thank you. Mama Judy is on. I haven't seen you here in so long. Thank you, Mama Judy, for the super sticker. I don't know how to bring that up. It won't pull it up. I don't know how to do that. Anyways, thank you. I don't know. Dot. No, I don't think she's a hoe. A lot of y'all say she's a hoe. Wait, what? Bye, shoe and makeup girl. Hope you feel better. Wishing for a speedy recovery. Thank you. Do I think Molly is joining Beverly Hills? I know they've asked her before. I can't imagine she would have time. I mean, her business is already growing. I mean, if Jeff says she sold $600,000 worth of products just from using code Jeff, as I'm assuming what he meant, then that's a lot. Sherry says Luann is just having fun. She doesn't have to be a hooker. Well, and a hooker is paid. I don't think she's paid anything. I think something's going on with Anthony Anderson too. And clearly it seems like there might be a falling out with him and Anthony, not Anthony, and what's his freaking name? The guy, his designer that was working for him, because remember the picture that Stu posted last week? I cannot think of his name. Somebody tell me his name. with Megan and Stu and the other guy, and it basically was saying, or Stu was saying something like, oh, I filled in a lot of more holes from the stories that were missing. In other words, Andrew, yes, Andrew. I can't think of his last name now, but yeah. Yes, that's what I'm talking about, the designer that had cancer. So at least we got a picture of him. We know Andrew Coleman. Thank you. Andrew Coleman. We at least know he's alive and well, but the picture of him and the fact that he hasn't been on well, there is no Hollywood House Lift season 2, but he could have kept coming on Jeff Lewis Live. I think the audience loved him on. I think he was just enough like spicy, yet he's calmed down a lot from flipping out. I thought he was so good on Jeff Lewis Live. Now, I mean, clearly I've met him a couple times, so I have I like him, but yeah, I feel like something went on with him and Anthony Anderson also. Also, there was something at the time where I felt like something happened where Anthony Anderson wasn't allowed to be at SiriusXM. So I don't know what happened there, but I also feel like something happened there. So no idea. Sherry says, I don't think Jeff was the person who completed Anthony's yard. Yeah, did he ever like tag people or whatever? I think he thought Jeff was adding on too much stuff, too much equipment, too expensive of stuff. I think the $10,000 barbecue pit was, kind of put him over the line. And he might have felt like Jeff was taking advantage. But I think Jeff was just saying, look, whatever your house is, you've got this very nice house. You need very nice stuff in it, which I do agree, because he could end up selling it. But also he's saying you deserve that. But also Jeff's no dummy. If he still works the same way he did on Flipping Out, he gets a percentage. So just like a lot of designers, if you put in $1,000 curtains in a house, you only get 20 to 30% of that. If you put in $5,000 of curtains, you get a more percentage, right? You get more money. Yeah, me too. Krista says, I'm glad Andrew Coleman is alive and well. He seemed really sweet. Yes. Yeah. Anthony Anderson used to come on loads. Yes, Katie. He did. And with his assistant, who was really funny. I think Jeff really liked that guy, his best friend assistant. Oh, Michael Riley says, Anthony was smarter than Jeff and found the same thing at a lower price point. Oh, well, that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah. Well, and Mabu says, Jeff's falling out with such good chumps. Megan, Anthony, Justin, Martindale. And just last week, I chatted about a little bit, but I did hear a small portion when I was out running some errands of Justin Martindale on John Hill's show. And a caller called in and said, hey, I'm a chump. I loved you on Jeff Lewis Live. And Justin said something like, yeah, it was a good time or something like that. So I think that time has come and gone. They had kind of talked about, oh, at the end of April, I'll be done with my tour, my comedy tour. Maybe we'll revisit it, but now it's May 19th. I don't think Justin and Jeff are going to rekindle, but Lord knows it's happened before. Look at him and Krista, right? Oh, Katie says there have been some allegations about Anthony Anderson, about him doing SA to women. So maybe Jeff caught wind of that, and maybe that was something about the SiriusXM. Krista says laughing about the dead olive trees would have really made me mad. I mean, I think it made Jeff mad too. I mean, he wasn't happy that the olive trees died. So I don't know. I don't know if anyone will let me know. Sherry says also Andrew kind of sides with Megan. Aren't they working together now? I don't know. I do know Megan is redoing Lala Kent's house, and clearly Lala Kent has been on Jeff Lewis a couple times. So that was an interesting take for Lala Kent to use Megan. I don't know. And maybe it was something so long ago where Jeff had recommended Megan because maybe he was too busy, and then she just kept using her. Charlie Charles says, Matt Fraser, the psychic medium, said that Bravo wanted his wife to be part of Housewives of Rhode Island, but she declined. Producers even visited them at their home. Oh, yeah, I bet they pre-interview a lot of people. You know what I mean? So I would assume so. Although there's people like at the time, you know, Jordy says Andrew had clearly drawn a line in the sand posing with Stu and Megan. That bridge with Jeff is burned. Yeah. Well, he has gone to Dallas, but he's not had Leah Black on. Diane says Leah Black hasn't been on and no Dallas trips. He's gone to Dallas, but I really feel like he was doing something. I do think there's something going on with a Tracy Tudor show in Dallas. And I think if Jeff's not part of it, that he's been on the show, like partially or something. I don't know. But he's gone to Dallas because his boyfriend lives there. D. Dot says, Rick and Kelly always boasting about what they have or are getting. It's a real turnoff. Yeah, because then they turn around and seem to complain about money all the time. Like, oh, it's so expensive for my daughter's, college and whatever. I'm like, you got one kid. Like, you've been saving up 18, you've known about this for 18 years. Like, you've had money. You were married to her dad who had a lot of money, you said. I don't know. I'm still upset that people that are married, that the husband originally would have paid for college. If they divorce, they still don't end up paying for college, or at least split it 50-50, because she acts like her ex, Michael, doesn't pay for any or much of the college. And I have no idea what's true on that or not. Katie says there have been a lot of claims about Anthony Anderson and women. Mama Judy says Anthony Anderson did work around and undercut Jeff on the outdoor furniture. It made Jeff mad. Yeah, I think so. What? No, Leah Black didn't pass away. We would have all heard that. Plus, she just posted something for Memorial Day. No. Yeah, Memorial Day that's coming up. I think she posted on. Oh my God, it's so good. Lisa Lewis is watching Flipping Out. She started back on season 1. So good. So good. I haven't listened to Megan's podcast. I did hear it was good, but then some people said it's really only good if you want to listen to it about addiction. But then some people said you didn't have to have an addiction to listen to it. And clearly addiction affects lots of people that don't personally, it affects family and friends too. Kim says, I figured Anthony was just too busy for the show. I just watched him on G20. He's so good. Is that a TV show? See, I don't watch a lot of the shows he's on. So, what is that? Maybu says, I'm going to Psychic Sisters in August in Selfridges. I might be saying that wrong. I wonder if Jeff will go to them in June. I don't know. I think he's going over there for the birthday party. It's her half sister. Krista said Megan's podcast partner is a snooze. She's a sweet lady, but very boring. Is anyone still listening to Heal to Feel with MJ and the other girl? I'm reading all the comments. I think I'm reading them all. I don't know. Oh, did he? Michael Riley says, I don't think Leah was happy that Jeff hooked up with the sex worker. What sex worker? Why don't I remember that? Did he admit to something? Or was he joking? Teresa says, I didn't think Lala could afford a decorator. Wow. I mean, I hope she's put away some money. I feel like she's at least bought real estate so she could always sell that if she needs to, because I wonder if the Vanderpump Rules thing, this ship has sailed. I mean, I think she's good TV. I don't know why she wouldn't, do another TV show. Oh, D. Dot says, seriously, who gives 2 Fs about Jeff and his non-existent relationships? He's definitely not a good person who values true friends. I know. Krista says, Lala Kent is supporting her whole family living with her. It's wild. Yeah, her brother and her mom. But they help her a lot too. So, they're also like a built-in safe nanny for her daughter when she does need to go out to work. So, it doesn't cost that much to have people live at her house because she didn't have to buy a different house for them. And it doesn't cost all that much more money to, and she probably feels safer with them. I don't know. I would think so. Charlie Charles says it's okay to be Jeff's friend for a while, but then people realize how toxic he is. And then they are glad they are no longer associate with Jeff. Yeah. Jordy says, yes, Michael. And notice that Rick and Kelly always say that they're not drinking anymore and they're sober, and then they come on and go, oh, we were so wasted last night. Interesting. Yeah, I do remember something about that. Smilene said Kelly said her daughter's school was $80,000 and her ex paid $11,000 of that. And frankly, I'm surprised it's not more than $80,000. I mean, I don't know. It being in Europe and everything, I don't know. I mean, people said she wouldn't matter, she wouldn't mind, but I don't know. Sherry says, I don't think Leah Black was happy with Jeff going on the Wise Beauty promo weekend. Well, and also, Leah Black was friends with Julie and Brandy before Jeff was. Jeff met them at one of her parties, one of her famous Hollywood parties, and really liked them. So I always thought it was interesting when Jeff was having the falling out with them, even for the weeks long that it was kind of delayed and like he was teasing them about getting written up and all that stuff. It was interesting because I was like, Leah's going to have to pick a side. And then when they split and they're absolutely not friends anymore, I just wondered. And clearly Leah didn't pick Brandy and Julie's side. So Katie says, Megan said that the way Jeff used to put her down all the time about her appearance, etc., and telling her that her relationship was bad made her drinking worse. Wow. Yes, Megan and Ben have also split up. Krista says, no, ma'am. MJ's podcast and Liat is a bore. I felt like Liat carried it, and I was shocked because MJ has done her own podcast for 2 or 3 years now with her husband, Tommy. And I felt like Liat carried that podcast, the 1 or 2 episodes that I watched. I felt like MJ felt more like a co-host, it was interesting. Oh, wait, what? Michael Riley says 3 people told me that Ty has done sex work. Wait, what? Anybody can say anything about anyone, right? Kim says G20 Amazon movie. He plays the first husband to the POTUS, Viola Davis. It's a thriller, 5 stars. Oh, okay. Michael says not a good track record when you get 3 women pregnant and you're gay. Yes. I think she's doing immunotherapy. Wait, what did they call it? Immunotherapy or chemotherapy in her eye, like some eye drops? Yes, Jen Helen. She's getting a new studio, so I'm sure she's doing okay financially. And I wonder how her products are. Remember, she's got like Lala Baby, Lala Skincare, Lala whatever. It was old. Oh, okay. Anyways, yes. Well, if Liat was a bore, I really thought, I don't know. Good question. Katie says, does anyone know if Brandy Howard is still married? No idea. I mean, no idea. What? Okay. Get Dad's card. Let's get the gym. You want it right now? Then go get my wallet. My son is trying to talk to me without talking. And I'm like, what's my credit card for gas? Because at least with Costco, I saved 5%. You said you had gas just the other day.
I said I had like 60 miles. That was
Okay.
2 days ago too.
Okay. Love you. It's going to be interesting doing my podcast in here, right? Okay, we're going to wrap it up very soon. D-Dot said, these so-called rich a-holes crack me the F up. They're no better than anyone else or wealthy or trust. Money can't buy you class. Girl, preach, D-Dot. I've often said, I wonder how much of these reality TV stars or housewives have less money in the bank than just us normies. You know what I mean? I know. Katie says Brandy is always with Julie. She stays with her all the time and travels with her. And they just bought a house together in Palm Springs and go there together. Interesting. Interesting. Teresa says, can you walk at all? Are you in pain? My pain, it is at a 0. And I mean, I just switched today to I was on a medicine that was every 4 hours. It was stronger. I switched to this, a more moderate pain medicine that's every 6 hours. And I'm doing just fine on it so far. I cannot walk on the foot. Technically, I can walk on the heel. I'm in a shoe, like an orthopedic shoe, but I'm not even going to risk messing that up. I have a knee scooter that I'm just lifting my leg up. Thank goodness. I told my husband, I go, you know, they kind of got to make sure you're in good enough health to have a surgery on your foot because you have to stand on your right leg a lot. So if I didn't have the strength to do that, I would be in danger of falling. So I cannot walk. I have to use this knee scooter to put my left leg on and then walk with the other leg. So if that makes sense. But I think I do this for like I don't know. I'll have to see. I don't, 2 or 6 weeks. I'm not real sure. A while. Lots more comments. I love y'all's comments. I don't know anything about PT. I don't even know if I have to do PT. See, I've seen 3 different doctors. So this third doctor, I'm kind of trying to remind myself what his plan is because I've realized every doctor has a different way that they choose to do a bunionectomy, and then everyone has a different recovery time. So I think my recovery time is actually going to be less than the other 2 doctors that told me, which is fan-freaking-tastic. Trust me. I got out of getting the EKG because I'd had one in December, which is good because I went back and looked at what they charged me for that EKG. Jeez Louise. Cecile says, I'm old now. I have to get an EKG before my colonoscopy. I had to get one in December before my colonoscopy. It's required now, I think, after 50. And I was 51 in December. So anyways, I don't have any heart issues. No, it's just normal. It's getting an EKG now after age 50 is normal with this. But one thing I learned about the weight loss shot, for this surgery, I had to go off the weight loss shot for a week, which was fine, easy. And then I also had to do a liquid diet the day before my surgery. The anesthesiologist was in there telling me that they're about to change the decision and they're not going to do both of those things. They're going to let you keep taking your weight loss shot as normal. So nobody will ever have to go off of it for surgery. And they'll just do the liquid diet the day before. So anyways. Well, trust me, Teresa, I'm supposed to rest a lot, especially on the pain medicines. You get a little bit dizzy and nauseous from moving around a lot. So I'm definitely moving in the bed and getting up, you know, things and sitting up and things like that. But I need to be resting these first few days for sure. Anyway, it's not like a knee surgery or something like that where they want you to use it, or a hip surgery. The foot is a little bit different. So, or at least my foot surgery is. Anyways, yes, it's the same guy. Or was that a different guy? Jordy says, nobody in a normal marriage would accept Brandy spending 24/7 with Julie unless there was some arrangement. It's abnormal for just friends. I know. It's interesting. Always listen to the anesthesiologist. Yes. Anna says, is it me or has Jeff had too many consecutive fallouts, one after another, in a very short amount of time? I can't keep up with who he is and isn't talking to. His latest, I mean, he almost had one with MJ and then they fell back into friends again. His latest one, I guess, is Dr. Donna and Justin Martindale. But yeah, for a while, he fell out with quite a few all at once. So it was interesting. Julie is not married. Brandy is still married. Julie, I feel like was married to a woman, but she's divorced. I think I'm right with all that. Anyways, well, we are going to wrap things up. Thank you so much for joining. I do plan on being here every day at 4 p.m. Eastern like normal. So thank you for keeping me company, getting my mind off it, letting me chat about all the things that I love. I do want to watch 90 Day Fiance sometime soon, but it's 2 hours, so it's really hard to still watch that as much as I've been resting. But I will definitely be listening to Jeff Lewis and Andy Cohen, so I definitely want to chat with you about that. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you're hitting the thumbs up button. Make sure you're commenting. Make sure you are giving me a 5-star rating and review if you're listening as a podcast. I would very much appreciate it. See y'all tomorrow. Bye, Chumpettes.